These guys are ridiculous. These guys are ridiculous.
Now, how about them damn Celtics?
And we are back with another episode of How About Them Celtics. Sam and I are here recording in the late hours of Saturday, January 28th, right after the Celtics take down the Los Angeles Lakers in a thrilling game. Do you want to call it a thrilling game? Frustrating game.
Annoying
All right,
game.
We can go
Ref
with
show
frustrating.
game.
Ref show game. And not in the sense of
It's just all over the place.
all over
Disaster.
the place. When we say ref show, we don't mean the Celtics got screwed. We just mean the refs were doing too much, which is the fact. And let's just open with this phenomenal Oscar-winning performance by LeBron James at the end of regulation there.
That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen.
I'm also going to compound it with he was completely right. That was one of the most egregious.
He should have been teched up there and the game should have ended.
No, I know. But regardless of the performance.
However, I am a big supporter of if they're wrong, you shouldn't get a tech.
Yeah,
So.
that was one of the worst missed calls I've seen in a long time, right? Like, you can hate LeBron, you can hate the Lakers. I assume most people listening to this podcast do. That was a hilariously bad call. Jason Tatum absolutely fouled LeBron James. We're not going to act like he didn't. LeBron should have gone to the free throw line with 0.6 seconds, 0.5 seconds left on the clock. Celtics would have had a chance to tie or win the game with those 0.5 or whatever seconds. But they got lucky. I'll put it blatantly. The Celtics got lucky on that last possession, didn't get the call. And I'm also going to add on to that. Patrick Beverley going up to the ref with the camera is an all-time move. That phenomenal.
Oh, that was hilarious.
I loved it. That was, I mean, because if that was like reversed, it was like LeBron fouling Jason Tatum there, all Celtics fans are absolutely livid, obviously, right? And then let's say like Grant Williams goes up with the camera, that's memed into oblivion. So like, shout out to
Grant
Patrick
Williams,
Beverley.
not very good.
No.
Very
we can
bad.
talk about this. Let's delay my sadness for the Grant Williams bad. All-time move by Pat Bev going up with the camera. Phenomenal. Love it. LeBron got screwed at the end there. I'll give him that. You don't have to like him. That was a terrible missed call by the refs. The refs were a mess in the final 5 minutes, a mess all night. And they got screwed and the Celtics got bailed out. I'll call a spade there at the end of regulation. And then they kind of dominated overtime for the most part up until the end. Also shout out Patrick Beverley for like just the most ridiculous dunk I've ever seen in a game by a player like that. He hasn't dunked since he hasn't dunked in 3 years. 2019, 2020 was the last time he dunked in an NBA game.
Yeah, it was pretty furious.
That's ridiculous.
Pretty mad at that. Pretty mad he made a bunch of threes. Mad LeBron made a bunch of threes. A lot of fake things happening today.
Yeah, just ugly. And just like what game am I referencing? The Raptors game maybe was, or the Warriors game. The Celtics didn't deserve to win that game. They played like crap. They were terrible. The Celtics were not good.
Not the Warriors, the Raptors game.
I meant the Warriors. They didn't deserve to win against the Warriors. They did not deserve to win tonight against the Lakers. Two teams they should be beating based on records and how the teams have played overall
the
season.
Lakers this year. Who
they did. Lucky for them too that LeBron did not get called there.
I think this is the first time since 16-17 that they've done the double on the Lakers.
It's been a minute.
They've split a lot of years in a row.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's been a while. Big win against the Lakers, regardless of how it came. We got the elephant in the room out of the way. LeBron did get fouled in the last possession. Don't you worry. Patrick Beverley, amazing performance with the camera. I'm still not over that. That was that might be the best thing that's happened all season so far. Going up to the ref with the camera, absolutely
That's
awesome.
The funniest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, that's awesome.
See, let's look at it like this. That is the correct way to handle what happened. The incorrect way to handle what happened is to act like you just watched someone slaughter your whole family. That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, that LeBron...
And that honestly should have been a double tech. The only reason why it wasn't is because they were clearly wrong.
And it's can you give a tech after the end of regular? I mean, I get you obviously can because of the Beverly thing.
It should have been a tech.
Yeah.
How great would it be if they won the game on a tech?
Well, my thing is, I don't think they would have taken the technical foul until the start of overtime.
I don't know what the rules are.
Well, because that's what happened with Beverly, I assume.
Especially because they called Schroeder pretty much for the same thing. earlier in the
Yeah,
game.
right?
He gave him a tech.
Yeah.
LeBron literally acted like he just watched his family die.
Yep.
He looked
I
like
mean,
he was in Infinity War and he watched Spider-Man get snapped.
Thanos just killed all of his family.
Yeah,
in
and he
one snap.
watched him disintegrate in his hands. That's what happened.
I mean, let's go through them real quick. The reverse call, like the Darvin Ham challenge, Anthony Davis on Jason Tatum, that wasn't a foul. Good challenge by Darvin Ham. Missed call by the refs, and you
I
can
think
call
that
the
was
shoulder.
close.
It was close, but it was a weak. At the very least,
if-
it was a weak foul.
It was weak. But if it was the other way and it was LeBron, that doesn't get overturned. A million
Sure.
times out of a million,
I'll give you
does
that.
not get overturned.
I'm talking about the refs right now. Though.
Especially because when he goes up, Davis's arm is over his shoulder. That's the
I understand.
signature Harden goes up into somebody and they call it. So
it was weak, though, is my point. It was a weak foul.
Isn't this great that I'm complaining about the refs?
That's what I'm doing too, and I want to make a point of doing it for both sides. Weak call on AD, good challenge by Darvin Ham. They called a foul on Malcolm Brogdon. That was awful. Missoula won the challenge. That was good. It should have been Celtics ball, I think. That was a bit weird that it wasn't Celtics ball since it bounced right to Tatum. But
well,
whatever.
I knew it was going to not be because they didn't grab it.
Terrible flagrant call on Brogdon. That was not a flagrant foul.
Yeah,
he just hard fouled in the center of the line. That was terrible. Tatum obviously fouled LeBron at the end of regulation. That was terrible. That was maybe the latest whistle I've ever seen in my life when they got
it was correct.
Beverly on the end. It was a correct call. It was a correct call. But how is it going to be that late?
Oh my God! You want to know why I know it's correct? Because I heard it. What are you doing?
Yeah, no.
What are you doing with the names?
We got the names under us. Why are you putting the names up? I put them.
I'm not touching the names.
I put them off. I took them off, and you put them back on.
I'm not touching it. I'm not touching any of it.
Watch on YouTube if you want to know what we're talking about. We're messing with the background on StreamYard. Well, I had to change it because we had our pregame stream background on to start, and so I had to change.
That's bad. We don't catch that soon enough.
No, well, because it looks similar. I mean, that's the point. Anyways, the refs were a mess for both teams, and the Lakers obviously got the brunt of the screwing from the refs because of what happened.
I'm not sure
regulation,
but no, I'm kidding.
I think ultimately they did. I was gonna say that's a very homer take.
It's a crucial point in the game. Like that is a. Even though I am a big.
Don't blame the refs person.
No, not that.
Oh.
I'm a big swallow the whistle on the final thing. And
that's bad though.
That one was pretty clear, but I literally sent a message earlier in the day.
Yeah.
Way before that even happened. I'm gonna find it.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, no, I mean, you don't have to call, much at the end. Like, if there's body contact, you let it go. He got slapped on the wrist. And when I initially saw it, I thought it was a block.
You're not going to be able to see this.
It's too blurry. Just read it. They are something.
And when in doubt, swallow the whistle in a close game at 10:52. So
you can't swallow the whistle there, though. That was a foul.
They did. It was great.
Yeah, they did. But yeah, the Celtics absolutely got bailed out on the last possession. They played like hot garbage for most of the night. Did not deserve to win against the Lakers, but they snapped their losing streak. It was a much needed win. That was a game you needed to win. And ultimately, I guess, at least from the Celtics perspective, obviously it matters for the Lakers, but from the Celtics perspective, moving forward, all that matters is that you won the game and that you're back on your feet a little bit, but you still got to correct some of these issues because it's the same issues that happened against the Magic, against the Heat, against the Knicks, happened against the Lakers.
When do they
and they just happened to come out. They don't play again until Wednesday against the Nets. So they have a nice long break in front of them. Yeah, it'd be a lot worse if they were heading into this big break.
Yeah, if they lost tonight, I'd be real mad for like 5 days.
Yeah. Yeah. So they got, what is that, a 4-day break?
Three technically. But
Sunday, Monday, 4. Tuesday, and then they play against Wednesday, but it's Wednesday night. So it'll feel
that's longer. So lame.
Very long. Mm-hmm. Very long.
Maybe everyone will be healthy by then.
Maybe you get Smart back for the Nets game, but LeBron played about as good as you can ask him to. 41 points, 9 rebounds, 8 assists, 15 of 30 from field, 6 of 12 from 3. Yeah, very good performance from 3.
30% from 3.
Shoots 50%. That's, I mean, just
Pat Bev shooting a lot of threes.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of things
just
went
dunking.
A lot of things went in their favor in terms of the improbable.
They played a lot better than they have been all season. Absolutely.
I'll tell you what. Watching Westbrook is fantastic, and it's even better.
He's something
that he's at the Garden and they're like telling him to shoot, and he's legitimately afraid to shoot.
I mean, I'll give him credit for like the overtime play where he had the and one thing that was cool, but he shouldn't shoot well. Also, subplot: the Celtics just do they not know how to box out? Did they forget
Yeah,
how to
bad.
box
You know
out?
who's
Like,
bad? Grant. Real bad.
Grant was bad. Grant has been bad for a few games now. I'll own up to it. I'm the biggest Grant fan you'll see. He has not been good. I tweeted
Grant
it the other
cost
night.
himself some money.
Yeah, I tweeted it the other night. I said Hauser should get some looks over Grant because Grant's been bad. But you know what? Hauser's been bad too. So like Hauser got beat on back cuts. He doubled and then got beat. Not good on defense. Isn't making shots consistently. This is why I say the Celtics should target a wing on the buyout market because you don't have Grant playing well and you don't have Hauser playing well and you really don't have any backup wings on the roster. And Grant is barely a wing. At this point, you're looking at what Justin Jackson minutes and he's not even getting any. So it's just it's rough at the wing position. Grant wasn't good. Jaylen Brown came up big in overtime. He was not good on the offensive glass. He was a mess there. He couldn't box out. Jason Tatum didn't shoot well, 8 for 25 for the field, 3 of 10 from 3. I mean, he finished like you always say. If you look at the box score, Tatum played great, but he didn't shoot well at all.
Tatum was bad. Very
Jaylen
bad.
Brown picked it up in overtime. I wonder what he shot through regulation because he
Good for
shot
Jaylen.
very well from the field, but big redemption game from Jaylen. We didn't get a chance
Redemption
to
moment.
Big
Met
free throw.
with the same situation
Same exact
at the free
situation.
throw line, down 1, with only one chance to tie the game instead of 2. Sinks it.
Yep. Yeah, big
And
time.
then says, "Look how good I am," and goes off in overtime. Scores a bunch of points.
Yeah. 7 points in overtime, 3 of 5
9.
from the field. Sorry.
According to the broadcast, it was 9. Box score might be right.
Box score says 7, so I'm just reading from that.
I wish it was
I'm
9.
sorry. I'm looking at the Lakers box score, but you're also wrong because he scored 11 in overtime. So shout out
more
to
than
Jaylen
Grant
Brown.
the whole night.
Absolutely.
In 5 minutes. I'm gonna crap on him today. He deserves it. He's terrible.
We're in a big Grant hate mood today. Huh?
He sucks. He sucked today. Oh, he was bad.
He did.
I'm not sure why he was out
bad.
there at the end.
I mean, you look at the box score and you played well, but not really at the.
Your eyes tell you he should be playing in Maine.
What was the biggest issue for him tonight? The defense or the boxing out?
Boxing out, defense, the turning the ball over, missing, like taking dumb shots.
Yeah.
You name it, he did it today.
I think the biggest thing with Grant is he can do more than shoot, but sometimes just shoot the ball, dude. Like just to stop the too much, the double pump fake on LeBron to get LeBron in the air was good, but like I think he had enough space to just shoot the open jumper at the start of that. Like, so it just, there comes a point where he too often does Grant ride the line of showing off his improved skill set and doing way too much.
Yeah.
And tonight he was doing way too much.
I was about to say, I'm not so sure Grant should be dribbling the ball at all.
Yeah. No.
I think he's very close to losing privileges if he hasn't already.
My thing is,
I'm really not sure he should be driving anymore.
We'll have Timmy G on the show next week, so we can talk about it. My thing is, though, if we talked about this 2 weeks ago, you'd say do whatever you want, right? Because it's just too hot and cold, and I think that's the danger. I think that's the dangerous point you get into when the stars aren't playing at their at least average, because Tatum was just bad. Tatum didn't shoot well. Brown picked it up and he shot well from the field, at least. Didn't shoot well from 3. But when one of them isn't playing well, you're asking other guys to step up and do a little bit more. And that's where I think things start to, dive into dangerous territory. And I mean, that's the issue you found with Smart for so many years that he's gotten better at. And by the way, how much does this team miss Smart? Oh my God.
They
need him back.
You know why?
Because
he's
so bad.
He's calm.
Mm-hmm.
He controls the offense. He makes it so they don't take as many dumb shots. He makes it so Tatum and Brown don't have to do everything.
Yeah.
It's really understated how valuable he is to this team by the people that
we say it all the
attention.
time. I mean, we say it plenty. But
what a time. Patriots fans walking over after watching their team be terrible all season. And they don't have a guy to blame right now because he's out. They're like, what's going on?
Oh, the Celtics fans, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, they can start blaming Grant because he seems to be the next best
Grant
thing when it comes
very
to
bad.
Yeah, he was bad. I don't really have a defense for it.
Grant,
he shot
who
efficiently.
Looks like he caught whatever Anthony Davis has, the glass syndrome. He was acting like he got shot 3 or 4 times today.
There was the shoulder where Westbrook pulled his arm back. There was the wrist. I didn't even see what happened with the wrist thing. That was bad.
He's starting to get on my nerves.
Oh no, we're
He's too vocal. I like when
getting on that
he's
territory.
battling and trying to ramp up the team, but
Mhm.
I'm really starting to get sick of seeing him
He's got to
complain.
he's got to stop talking to the refs, and I'll be the first one to say it. Like you can't be doing that. And that, I've always admitted this, right? As much as I do love Grant, like there's no place for him to be talking to the refs as much as he does. And Tatum needs to chill out with it too, because too often does he do it. Tatum, remember those like 3 games in a row or whatever where Tatum got a tech for clapping at the refs?
Yeah.
Like the clap. He hasn't stopped doing that. He still does it. He just doesn't get called every time. It's whenever he gets mad at a call, he claps. And every time I tweet out or I'm talking to my girlfriend, I tell her or whoever I'm watching with, I'm like, Tatum's gonna get a tech for that. And I just assume he's gonna get a tech, and he's just been getting lucky. He needs to chill out, but Grant absolutely needs to chill out. I'm shocked Grant doesn't have more techs than he does this season.
I don't know if you're an official, you can give out any more techs this year after what LeBron did and didn't get a tech.
Well, my thing is, and I mean, maybe I don't want to put this out into the world, but I'm going to anyways. I hope the refs start giving Grant texts, because then he'll shut up, right? Like if he gets more texts, like he'll just stop doing it. And I hope that it's like when you're a kid and like your mom takes your toy away because you were being mean or like just being an asshole. Like just give him texts and he'll stop. It's learned
So at least
behavior.
you get their taken away. So they've been playing like assholes. Despite the win today, they've been just terrible.
It was really bad. And well, I saw a stat. It's like they started, I can't remember the exact numbers. In their last 24 games, they're 14-10.
Yeah, that was Xanis.
Bad. Yeah, I mean, he's not wrong, but they've just been like I think it's
15-10.
Yeah,
how about them apples?
Give him the extra thing, I guess. But I mean, it's just like they relied too heavily, I think, on the 3-point shooting.
Oh,
Not
really?
in this. Okay, let me talk because I'm
You
about
think
to.
so?
I'm about to nullify what you're saying. They relied too much on 3-point shooting, not because they were bad shots, but because they let the 3-point shooting make it so they think like, oh, I don't have to play defense, right? I still like the offensive game plan. I still think they need to play offense the way they've been playing, because at its peak, it is by far the best offense in the league, but they can't let it affect their defense. And that is the problem. The offense is not the problem. The letting it affect the way you play on defense is the problem.
Well, the problem is it great when it's at its best? Yeah. But when it's at its worst, the difference is so geez, man. I want to say different, but I don't want to say difference is different. The difference is so great,
yeah,
that it is a big issue. I think you need something that's a bit more reliable when
it doesn't
like work. Because
I
we just watched them
but
lose 3 straight, nearly 4 straight in games where they didn't shoot the 3 well.
Yeah, but I don't blame the offense for those losses. I blame the defense and the laziness.
Oh, the defense was bad, especially you want to point to a bad defensive game. Look at the Knicks game. The Heat game, they weren't that bad on defense. The Knicks game was real bad. And I loved that Missoula was like, the defense wasn't bad. And it was like, the only reason why that game was close is because Brunson got to the paint every time he wanted.
Excuse me. I will say I agree with you. The defense wasn't good, but I think what Missoula was trying to say, and he just wasn't like, he wasn't saying it in a mean enough way because he's just refuses to be critical or mean. What he was trying to say that I agree with was they let the Knicks run too much. Like they wouldn't react quick enough on offense. They would take a shot and the Knicks could just run out. Like I understand what he's saying. Like the offense led to, too many transition opportunities, but like you said, Brunson got to the cup too easily. Julius Randle got to his bets. And I mean, I guess somewhat in defense, Julius Randle was hitting some absolutely ridiculous shots, but yeah, that was bad. And then as far as the Heat game, I don't think the issue was the offense that they've been playing wasn't working. I think the issue was they just stopped playing offense in general. Like it's not like the offense they were using
after 4 years of Miami playing zone against them, still don't know how to beat it.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. It's not like the 3-point offense didn't work. It's that they just didn't play offense. They just played like pickup basketball for like 10 minutes.
Well, the worst thing is they don't make threes. And then no. I'm sorry. The worst is when you take a game like the Knicks game where they come out and make all the threes, and then they think they have carte blanche to take all the threes, and they start missing threes, and I guess to your point, don't play a lot of defense, and the game flips on its head. That is the most dangerous formula for a Celtics game is when they come out and start making a bunch of threes. It's so frustrating to watch, and that next game is so inexcusable. We haven't done a pod since then, so I guess we can talk about it just briefly.
Yeah, you can't lose that game.
First of all, you can't lose that game. You're up however many in overtime.
13. You're I don't know how much it was in overtime.
You battle back in regulation to tie the game. Tatum had a good shot to win. Good luck. What are you gonna do? Good. I mean, that was good. Can't complain.
You can't miss those free throws.
I can complain
about Jalen.
I can complain about the free throws. The free throws have been forgiven and redeemed.
Yeah.
Since my biggest problem with that game was the defense.
Bad.
I'm sorry. You went a large stretch of that game, mostly the middle periods, without getting a stop.
Yep.
Felt like every time the Knicks came down, they were scoring or they were getting an offensive rebound.
It's because they were running. They were just completely outrunning the Celtics. It was my biggest problem.
The stats will tell you that's true, but I don't remember that. Like, I just remember half-court sets, and it would end with Brunson getting a jumper inside the paint.
Well, because
Randall doing something crazy.
It wasn't necessarily like pure transition opportunities, like stereotypical what you think of transition opportunities. It was them getting a rebound, or getting the ball out quick after a make and just beating the Celtics up the floor by a little bit. Like it'll be a 4-on-3 or a 5-on-4, and there's one Celtics just behind, and they get the initial pass off, and the Celtics are scrambling on defense. Like, they just got a lot of good shots in before the Celtics defense was set. I mean, you look at RJ Barrett getting open in the corner, right? Like, I think it was the end of regulation or maybe the end of overtime.
Oh, it was overtime.
Just an open bucket, and it's because the Celtics defense wasn't set, and they just got it to
crossing half court, and I said to my dad, they're going to make a three.
Exactly. I mean, it was terrible.
I was very proud of myself. I was like, wow, that was a good call.
You called it. And
I was like, I read that.
Yeah, Brown's got to make those free throws, and it sucks. And a lot of people were mad at what Mazzulla's had to say after the game about it. I don't really care. I mean, I understand lifting your teammate up, and like Jalen said after the game, you have to have short-term memory. You can't dwell on that. And I mean, like you saw in the Lakers game, it's a good thing he had short-term memory, right? So, like Joe Mazzulla, the quote, by the way, if you didn't see it, was somebody asked him, "What was your message to Jalen after the missed free throws?" And he just said, "He said, I love you, Jalen."
Your day off there.
All right. I wrote about it for Celtics blog immediately after the game, so let's not talk about who's jumping the gun here. Come on. He said, "I love you, Jalen," and then he was pressed for it. He said, like, "Okay, was there anything else?" He goes, "I love you, Jalen. I believe in you." Like, Joe Mazzulla refused to say anything negative, but I don't know. And like Jalen said, I mean, he admitted he needs to be better, but then he also said, I mean, you have to have short-term memory. You can't let this affect the next game. It is what it is.
It was like out of a movie. Kind of crazy the way things worked out with the Lakers game.
Got the redemption he needed. That was bad. And Derek White, for as much as I think he's one of the best defensive guards in the league, he had a rough game against Jalen Brunson against the Knicks. That wasn't okay. Got by him way too quickly a bunch of times.
They missed Marcus.
That's what I was going to say. Another time where you're missing Marcus Smart a little bit. But the thing, I want to double back on the 3-point shooting a bit, because I think when I want to talk about it, because I think when you think of like the Celtics have struggled from 3-point land and like they're struggling shooting, you think of like, oh, Derek White's not shooting well. Oh, Sam Hauser's not shooting well. Oh, Grant Williams is not shooting well. Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum are shooting like shit from three.
Yeah, and they take a lot.
They absolutely suck from three this season. And a lot of the time we mention, Grant needs to be better. You depend on him for threes. Derek White needs to be better. You depend on him for threes. Let me read you these numbers again. Yeah, let me read you these numbers against the Lakers. Grant shot 2 of 3 from 3. Brogdon 3 of 7. Derek White 2 of 5. Horford 1 of 5 was bad. But then you look at Jason Tatum, and the issue is not the makes, it's the quantity. Like you said, 3 of 10 for Jason Tatum, 2 of 9 for Jaylen Brown. They're both, and I'm going to fact check myself here so I don't sound like an idiot, but I'm 90% sure they're both shooting career lows from 3, right? Like, and that's a big part of where the issue is. Jason Tatum is down to 35.2% from 3, which is 0.01 lower than last year. And last year we were all talking about how, he's having the worst 3-point shooting season of his career. Jaylen Brown, by the way, who is a career 37% shooter for 3, career 36.7, 33.1% from deep this year. Both career lows, and Jaylen career high attempts from 3. Jason Tatum, let's check. Career high attempts from 3. Both career lows in percentage and career highs in attempts.
Good stats from you, Jack. Typically, I
Got
hate when
you.
you bring up stats just because they don't make a lot
Hey,
of sense. But
I got you. Jaylen Brown, and I'll read you before you go.
Mm.
7.5 attempts for Jaylen, 33.1%. 9.3 for Tatum, 35.2.
yeah,
Go
I
ahead.
feel like this has been the best opportunity to really break down why the threes are a problem. The threes aren't a problem because the fellas take threes. The threes become a problem when the stars start to settle for threes instead of working
Yeah.
as they should to get better shots.
Mhm.
It's a big problem when Tatum is lazy and takes threes. You saw it a little bit against the Lakers tonight. There were a few times where he settled. Brown took a lot of threes tonight. Felt like they weren't all terrible shots. A lot of them were catch and shoot.
Like the one
He's not.
end of regulation, that's a good shot. I'll take that shot. It was
Yes,
wide open.
agree. I was very pissed that he missed, but I
Yes.
agree. Good shot. What are you going to do?
Mhm.
You missed. But in a vacuum, it's a good shot.
Yeah.
It's just frustrating. And also, how about when he got the rebound on Horford's miss and then just decided to go up with it instead of kicking it out? I mean, it worked out because he got fouled, but
Oh, yeah. You
I was
need a
like, what are
3
you
there.
doing? And guys were open.
Yeah.
Well, good. It worked. So why waste breath on it, right? Sam, you moron.
And do you want to get really mad, Sam? Both players are shooting career lows from 3 on a career high attempts, and they're also both shooting career highs from 2-point range. So, like, not only are you
Well, it's because
shooting
they're
worse than
taking
ever
less, and
from
they're
3,
probably only taking them when they're good shots. Well, Brown takes a lot of tough ones,
they're
but
both taking Jaylen Brown is taking more 2s than ever. Jason Tatum is taking his second highest season of 2-point attempts. And they're just like they're both taking career high field goal attempts, obviously, if you can do the math there from everything I've said. But it's just like either pass up those 3-point attempts to get better shots for your teammates or just drive to the hoop, right? Like you're both shooting better than ever from 2-point range and taking the most or second most ever. And yet you're also taking the most 3-point shots ever and shooting the worst ever. Like that math just doesn't work out. And obviously this isn't like crap on Jason and Jaylen time. Like
why
they're both
not?
having phenomenal season. They're both having awesome seasons. They're
You know
both,
who's not? Grant.
all
All
stars.
right, I'll let you
Okay,
talk. I'm sorry.
come on. Grant's having a great season too. He's had a rough stretch, but he's having a great season.
Grant brain dead in the month of January.
2023 is not the year of Grant Williams.
Mm-mm.
But like you just can't be like that shot profile doesn't make sense. And I'm the biggest 3-point shot guy, but I'm the biggest 3-point shot guy within the flow of the offense. And a lot of Tatum's threes, especially, don't come within the flow of the offense. They are Tatum get something done here. And you can't complain because when he makes them, and he's a phenomenal player. But like when he doesn't make them, it seriously hurts the team. And that is when you get these transition opportunities because Tatum does this on layups a lot. Tatum doesn't get back on defense ever.
There was one play in particular against the Lakers where somebody turned the ball over, Brown hustled back, and Tatum did not. And it was, I don't know if you caught it. It was in the first half, kind of early, but it was so obvious. Like I was like, I almost tweeted about it and was like, wow, like that's kind of bad that he didn't even like try because he could have got back.
Never. Absolutely never gets back on defense. It's very frustrating. He doesn't even. The more frustrating part is he does it a lot on layups, but like on 3-point attempts, if he misses, he's usually still like one of the last Celtics back, which is just like you can't do that. It's very infuriating. And for all those people who got mad at me when I wrote about Jaylen and said I never pick on Tatum, here you go, silver platter picking on
Listeners,
Tatum.
you not pleased? They won,
I
and
mean,
we still find a way just to crap on them.
Long term,
they deserve it.
Long-time listeners who have been fans of the show, shout out to you. You guys know the slander I put on Jason Tatum's name 2 years ago. The 2020-2021 season, I'll always remember. I called him a glorified Marcus Morris, and I was willing to die on that hill for about a month. It was terrible. It was a terrible take, but I did it. And, times when he's taking these stupid shots, that's what he is. That's what he becomes. And he's not that. But in those moments when he's taking these bad shots out of the flow of the offense, that's what he is. Because when I watched basketball back then, when Marcus Morris was a Celtic, my stepdad and my brother would call him Black Hole because you knew when he got the ball, he wasn't passing the ball, right? He was a black hole on offense. Marcus Morris gets the ball, it's a shot attempt. And at points, that's what the Jays have been this year, right? You pass the ball to Jaylen Brown, you're not getting it back. And Tatum's been better in terms of passing, right, as a playmaker. But when he gets the ball sometimes, you just know it's an attempt. And you can't do that. And, I mean, it's starting to bite them in the ass. And I think the issue is, and I forget where / when I wrote about this, but when the I don't know the word for it, the side men, if you want to call it that, like the housers, the role players, the fellas, exactly. When the fellas aren't making their shots, the Jays feel more of a need to do it themselves. And that's what can't happen, because no matter what, you can't break the flow of the offense. And if the flow of the offense doesn't work and they're missing their shots, I understand, like, you need to change something up, but the change you make can't be isolation basketball. That's what can't happen. There needs to be a secondary thing. And if you want to blame Joe Mazzulla for that and say he needs to put something in place, maybe. But at the core of it, the on-court live time solution can't be, okay, let me just do it myself. Like that can't be it. And there will be times where you need to do isolation, and when it is a good shot and when you just want the matchup and Tatum and your best player with the ball in his hands, but it can't be a consistent thing. And Joe Mazzulla talked about it after the Knicks game. I think John Corrales asked it. He was asking about, like, what happens when you go through these lulls of playing the wrong way. And Mazzulla stressed it, and I think Ime Udoka said it last year too. You can't get bored of playing the right way. You can't get bored of doing all the simple things. And throughout the long course of a season, it's going to happen, right? Inevitably, there are going to be moments where a team just gets lazy and they do something wrong, and it just is what it is. But the Celtics too often get bored of doing the right thing, and they get lazy and they just, like, start playing lackadaisical, and it's a mess. And that's what you're seeing over the past few games. And it's infuriating. It's frustrating to watch. It's not fun. I know Sam hasn't been happy with it. Sam's tweeted the Paul Pierce frowning face a lot of times.
No, I tweeted today.
Week.
I said,
I saw it.
No, not that. I said, it really feels like every game there's a stretch where I think the Celtics need to be booed. And it's true, because they really, really kind of do deserve to be booed, because they were terrible. Like, that first half was really, really bad. The effort didn't look like it was there. The laziness was
started okay
through.
And then
they started fine, but then they got real lazy. And that's when it's a problem.
I agree. The eye test tells me it, but I wonder if the stats would back it up. I bet the Celtics are a horrendous second quarter team.
Probably.
I'm gonna go look at that right now, because like you said, they usually get off to a hot start. Happened in the Knicks game, happened in the Lakers game. They'll shoot well from three, they'll get rolling offensively, they'll go up by a little bit, and then by halftime, they're either tied or they're down by some points. And so to me, that says, they are a bad second quarter team. Let me take a look here. If I can look by quarter. I'm just going to look at offensive and defensive rating. We don't have to, like, go too in depth with this, but and watch me just, like, look like an idiot for all this. In the second quarter, the Celtics are 20th in defensive rating at 115.7. Excuse me. Offensive rating, they're 4th. So I'll shut my mouth on that. But defensively, they fall apart in the second quarter, and it's not good. But
your defense is the part that's the problem.
Yeah,
because, as I say all the time, that's the part of the game you can control. Like we talked about earlier, Jaylen Brown missed a 3 at the end of regulation. It was still a good shot.
It was a good shot.
Not very often do things not go your way on defense, and you say, wow, that was a good effort.
You know what? You're right. You're right, because first quarter, defensive rating, 4th in the league, 107.9. Second quarter, 115.7. It just falls off a cliff. And overall this season, looking at all quarters, the Celtics are a good defensive team. They're 5th in the league, 110.9. Like, they're a good defensive team.
They made a great recovery since being bad to start the year.
But it's like they just find these pockets of stupid decision making, and it completely changes the courses of these games, right? And
my blood pressure.
Yeah, their offense is no longer the best in the league, right? And obviously you can blame the offense, and a big part of why they have been struggling since that hot stretch is because the shooting cooled down. But you can't let that be the only way you win games. You have to bring it on defense. And
the offensive stat is so fake. Yeah, it's so fake. I don't care for it. I never cared when they were the best offense in the league. It never mattered to me. You want to know why? Because it's like, hey, look, the Celtics have the best offense in NBA history. You know who's next? The Jazz from a year ago that got bounced in the second round. The Nets from 2 years ago that got bounced in the second round. Who cares? If you're going to win, you're going to play defense. That's the cliche. That's the cliche defense wins championships. And it's absolutely true because, again, when you're playing hard on defense, you are in control of just about everything that you're able to control. You can't control if that ball's going in the basket every time. You can control if you try. And it's as simple as that sometimes. And when the Celtics lose and they play poorly like they did in Orlando, in Miami against the Knicks, you can point to it every time. Maybe less so in the Miami game just because they just became brain dead once Spoelstra said, hey, look at this sweet zone I've got. But against Orlando, that team really isn't good.
Mm-hmm.
You got killed in the second half by them. Why? For what? Because you didn't try. You lose to Miami and you collapse again, brain dead. You lose to the Knicks. First, dig yourself in a hole because you don't play defense. Then try for a little bit. By playing defense, by the way, forcing multiple 24-second violations in the closing minutes. And then trying for the first half of overtime, then deciding you won the game and then losing. Because you didn't try. You almost lost the Lakers because you didn't try. Again, Jack citing the second quarter. Terrible. Beginning of the fourth quarter. Terrible. You're lucky Jaylen Brown clutched up tonight and Pat Bev slapped him. Even at the end of that game, they weren't trying. Pat Bev got a putback dunk to put the Lakers up because they didn't box out. Really? You thought Davis was going to make that three? The guy sucks. He's been playing terrible.
I mean, you talk about defense win championships. I did a research paper for my master's program. Over the last 50 years, only one team has won a championship with a below average defense. One team. Three have won it with a below average offense.
It's either the Raptors.
Nope.
Or I want to say like the Mavs.
The Raptors actually had,
probably like
out of
best.
all the teams, no, they were middle of the pack. They were in middle of the pack in offense. Relative defensive rating was minus 3.3, which means it was 3.3 points better than the average. The only team that had a subpar defensive rating compared to the mean was the 2001 Lakers. So, you have two of the most dominant scorers of all time. I mean, you can probably get away with it a little bit.
You want to look at what's scary about a good offensive team? Just look at the best ones. Again, the Jazz, the Nets. Hey, Sam, why didn't those Harden Rockets teams win anything? Because they were an offensive powerhouse and they ended up having a bad offensive game in a game 7 and they didn't get over it because they didn't control anything that they could actually control. They missed a bunch of threes in a row.
Best defense out of any championship team over the last 50 years. Hit me. What was it? You'll love the answer.
It's got to be some team.
Nope, you'll love the answer. Just go with your gut. What am I thinking? If I'm asking you this,
and telling you will Pistons.
Love. No. If I'm telling you this and saying you will love the answer, 2008 Boston Celtics, baby. 2004 Pistons were second though, so you were right there.
Look at that. I know my stuff.
Want to know after that? After the Celtics in 08, Pistons in 04, the next three teams, Spurs, 2005, 1999, 2007.
It's just like it's a great way to guarantee success.
Dynasty.
Try.
Dynasty.
That's all it is. Yeah. Try.
Defense, man. Defense wins championships.
That's why you see people on Twitter complaining. I kind of talked about this in the pregame whatever, against the Knicks. Or maybe it was a stream. I don't remember.
Losing his mind over here.
People on Twitter saying Celtics won 9 in a row. Twitter doesn't say anything. Celtics lose 3 in a row and everyone's complaining.
I said that today on the pregame.
No, you didn't. Did you?
I think so. I think I said it on the stream because I got cooked in the chat. Maybe you did too, but we talked about it on today's stream. That's fine.
I know I said it. People complaining when they lose 3 in a row. Yeah. You know why? Because they're supposed to be able to win 9 in a row. Their team's supposed to be they're championship favorites. They shouldn't lose 3 games in a row. Never mind to bum Orlando and bum New York and a Heat team without Jimmy Butler that you were up 10 against in the fourth quarter. I don't care who's playing for you. If you're up 10 points in the fourth quarter and you got there with the squad that's out there, you shouldn't blow that game. Embarrassing ways to lose 3 straight games. They almost did it again against the Lakers, meaning they were tied in the fourth quarter and really didn't play that well. They were tied to start the fourth quarter, to be clear, and really didn't play that well throughout. Nearly lost because they got out hustled by Pat Bev. And then good for them, pulled it out in overtime. Good.
And
very
to
good.
back up your points about defense wins championships even more, I'm looking at the 15 best offenses to win a championship in the last 50 years. 14 of the 15 are made up of the same 3 teams. So it's like, it's not all that often, right? That the elite of the elite offense wins. Like, good offenses win every year. Like, every championship team is usually a pretty good offensive team, but it's not. I mean, are you thinking of the 3 teams that they were right now? I mean, I can let you know.
The Warriors got to be one.
Bulls, Lakers, Warriors, Bulls, Lakers, Warriors, Lakers, Warriors, Lakers, Bulls. The only one not in there, Miami Heat, LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh. I mean, shocker, right? That's going to be a good offense. So we're talking Jordan, 87 Lakers. I can't think of who that was because I'm being brain dead at the moment. Oh, Magic, right? Jordan, Steph Curry, Magic, Steph Curry, Kobe and Shaq, Magic. Like, we're talking some of the best offensive players of all time. Meanwhile, the best defensive teams win a championship. You're talking about the KG Paul Pierce Celtics, right? We're talking about the Ben Wallace Detroit Pistons with Chauncey Billups. We're talking about Tim Duncan, right? We're talking about Shaq, Rodman, Olajuwon, right? You need good defense to win a championship because it's not often that the elite offenses win. So, like you said, the offense is phenomenal and it will absolutely help them win, but it's not what's going to get them over that hump. And I think that's the important part to remember. So.
Just because this is really kind of funny, it's been building. You guys have seen some of the losses we've had this year. Late game missed calls. We had an opportunity to win the game. I don't understand what we're doing, and I watch basketball every single day, and I don't see that happening to nobody else. LeBron.
What is this?
This is his quote after the game. Bobby tweeted it.
Oh, Bobby?
You know what's really funny is like when people are like, LeBron is no help, which might be true because they really don't have that many good players on that team. But then you say, wow, like, why don't they have anybody on that team? And then you remember that.
Oh, was this a LeBron quote?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were just talking about like a comment or like a random tweet. I'm sorry. I didn't understand the context.
And then you remember, oh, he like really forced them to trade for Westbrook instead of Buddy Hield, who would be a great fit because he can shoot.
Yeah,
instead, you have Westbrook, who's does pretty much what LeBron does, but significantly worse. And he's going to be the new scapegoat, which is exactly what happened. But I don't feel bad. He had all his buddies go play for the team last year, and they were bad. I don't feel bad.
I don't. It is what it is at this point. And I will also counter LeBron with the Kings. The Kings have gotten screwed on so many late game calls. I can count them out. Dave McMenamin, I'm sorry, of ESPN.
Not a fan of that guy.
Woj just retweeted him. The NBA has already determined in its post-game review that the officials got the call wrong. No shit, it was wrong. I mean, we know that. They talked about the Pat Bev foul in the pool report. Question: why was Patrick Beverley assessed attack at the end of regulation? Lewis, his actions were inappropriate in addressing resentment to a non-call.
I don't know who asked those questions, but the follow-up is so what did LeBron do then? Did he not do that?
Yeah. Follow-up. It looked like he brought the camera out. Was he trying to show you something? Yes, that was part of his inappropriate actions. Question: it looked like there was contact in LeBron's drive at the end of regulation. Why was there no foul call there, and what did you see there? Lewis, there was contact. At the time during the game, we did not see a foul. The crew missed the play. Just, I mean, at least they admitted it. Shameless. Yeah, they're just wrong.
Whoever's interviewing Eric Lewis is shameful.
Yeah.
That they didn't ask, why didn't LeBron get a tech?
Yeah.
I mean, that's the most egregious response to a call I've ever seen.
Anthony Davis after the game. I guarantee you if the refs started getting fined for missed calls, they'd be better. Oof. Yikes.
Is there a minimum amount of games you should have to play to talk?
Poor guy.
I don't feel bad for him either. He's a rat too.
Who
him and his stupid dad
followed up. I knew it was coming. I was waiting.
I can't stand. I really don't like Anthony Davis. I was watching the game tonight and I was like, wow, I really don't like this guy. Like I might like him less than LeBron, But then LeBron did what he did at the end of the game, and I was like, no, I hate that guy. I was like, that guy is a big rat, biggest rat of all time. That is I 1,000% agree. Like, he's right to argue the call. But again,
it was
I
an
said
over
this
the
earlier.
top.
There is a correct way to do it, which Pat Pev did because he was hilarious. And then LeBron just he's like, who just murdered my family?
Yeah, Bobby tweeted it too. How in the world is this not a technical on LeBron?
Yeah. That's the most unbelievable thing I've ever seen. I just can't believe that.
The funny part is he did you could put the Patrick Beverly music of him celebrating the play-in win over that clip too. Like, it looked like he was celebrating a win when he was on the floor. Like, this
Did
still
someone do
frame.
it?
No, I wish. This still frame of him on the ground like this looks like he's just won a title. It's just
That
not.
might have to be my new cover photo. NBC Sports Boston tweeted the picture of Anthony Davis when he was called for an offensive foul on a rebound.
Did they?
And I wonder if they tweeted that LeBron thing, because I just can't believe that. I'm sorry. I know the call's wrong, and that's not the point of this. I just
one of
can't
the worst
believe he
calls
didn't
I've
get
seen in a while. Yeah.
I just can't believe that.
Me.
How do you let him get away with that? That guy gets away with more shit that I've ever seen. That
Celtics on NBC Boston tweeted a picture of LeBron with a towel over his head.
Oh, I just saw it. Oh, they
Phenomenal.
did. They did.
Celtics win with the thing.
Yep, there
yep,
it is.
Amazing. Good work. Good
We'll
work.
retweet that. Good on
Jaylen Brown.
Good job.
Which one are you doing? The Jaylen Brown takeover?
No, I'm doing the Celtics win.
Scroll down 2 more or 3 more and look at the one they tweeted. Jaylen Brown takeover with LeBron on the ground. Phenomenal tweeting by whoever runs the Celtics on NBC Boston account. Amazing. But yeah, no. I mean, needed the win for the Celtics. How they got the win, absolutely questionable. It was absolutely a foul on Tatum. But I don't think the Celtics will absolutely give a shit because they got the win. That's what matters.
Don't care.
There is that. We talked about the Knicks a little bit. I think those are the only 2 games we haven't talked about. I think, did we talk about the Magic game or the Heat game? I think we did.
We did. We did one on Wednesday. It was a stream.
Okay. Speaking of stream, we'll plug this now. We should have plugged it at the start, but it's all right. Maybe we'll do one of those awkward cuts where we put something at the start as well. But on Monday, we are doing a live stream, and we can release the guests now, right?
Yeah. Well, I teased it on the pregame.
We did. So
we'd be rats if we didn't do it. We got you to listen this far now, didn't we?
For all the loyal listeners who listen this far, maybe we won't put this at the beginning because we want people. We want the retention. Come on, guys! If you knew it was coming, you were listening till now. Celtics Jeopardy. We will be having the reigning Jays on the podcast. John Corrales of Locked On Celtics, Jay King of The Athletic, Sam Packard of The Athletic, Jam Packard, as they say, to make it the reigning Jays. Jay and Jam of the Anything is Potable podcast. All 3 will be joining us for Celtics Jeopardy live stream. We'll be live on Monday at 6:30 p.m. We'll also go up as a podcast on Tuesday morning, but you don't want to miss the live stream. We are live. Celtics Jeopardy again, 6:30 Monday.
Come join.
John Corrales,
come
Jay
participate.
King, Jam Packard. It will be phenomenal. We haven't done a Celtics Jeopardy in a while. Longtime listeners will remember the Celtics Jeopardy days of old. They are very fun. You will not want to miss it. Sam made the board. I think we talked about adding a current season board. I want to do that. I think it'll be
we can do that. We'll do it Monday
to tie in the current season.
I'm home all day.
But it's going to be a good time. Again, I'm going to say it again. Monday, 6:30 p.m. Be there. The Randy Jays, John Cross, Jay King, Jam Packard.
Very nice of them to spend time with us all at the same time.
Right? I'm glad it worked out.
We timed it up actually pretty well because there's a huge break.
Yeah, we did.
We didn't even do it on purpose. We just kind of did it like this.
I guess, yeah. We're just that smart. I think we're that good at the podcast.
It should be fun. Perhaps some of the reason I'm so good at the cards, the guessing game, is because of this, but not entirely.
Sam the Rat cheating at the cards by doing
not cheating. I put in the work.
All right. I need to start studying.
The guy that works out at 5 a.m. cheating if he's more in shape on the basketball court? No.
As an out of shape guy, he's absolutely cheating, and I don't condone it. Anyway, speaking of cards, shall we wrap up the show?
Let's do some.
Let's do it.
Sorry, no stories today. Really, it's funny. I'm in New York, and I haven't really done anything. I've just worked. And you saw the most eventful part of my trip today. I ate all the donuts on the stream.
Go check out the pregame show.
And I
Watch
did go to the
Sam
Seinfeld
house the
restaurant,
donuts.
and that's it.
Nice.
I
Amazing.
wanted to go to Joe's Pizza, which is in Spider-Man 2. One of the, if not the greatest movie of all time.
You get your own room on the trip, the hotel room
I
for
did,
yourself?
because I
Phenomenal.
complained.
Beautiful. You need
Imagine if
to.
I didn't have my own room right now and there's just some guy sleeping over
Some
there.
dude. That'd be awesome. You took the train, right?
Took the train.
You
Yep.
enjoy the train? I love the train.
It was fine. I did work
love
for
the
Heavy,
train.
so it was fine.
Fair enough. I mean, I have a quick story. I go to the bathroom before a podcast, come back in my room, dog dug through my entire trash can, just absolutely brutal. Ketchup on the floor, food on the floor. Well, I had some like fries yesterday, so I had ketchup.
You
on
want to
the
see
plate,
something
and there was some
fire?
residue.
Oh, hold on. Actually, no, I'm not going to do it because I can't really move. Never mind.
That's fine. Brutal. What, explain. Use words.
I got
It's a
these
podcast.
freeze-dried strawberries that are like chips,
Ooh,
and they're so good.
Good?
Yeah,
Ooh.
they're real good. Real good.
That's interesting. I mean, if we want to continue the show and tell story, I got the remnants of my Starbucks drink from this morning on my desk.
I had Starbucks today. A lot of calories consumed today.
I don't know if I've told you my order, but you can mock me.
You said it was the hold on. It's
hit me. Relay my Starbucks order as of late. I've probably said this on the podcast.
What is it?
It's
a latte.
Mm-hmm.
It is. Oh man, it's not the cookie crumble one.
No.
It's like caramel something.
No, I used to get Java chip, and then for a while I got the caramel brulee latte, but I don't get that anymore. That was the holiday drink. Now, get ready for me to spew out 17 different words at you. I think it's called the brown sugar.
That's right.
Brown sugar oat milk shaken espresso latte. And
I saw that today and thought of you, and I didn't remember the name just now. I'm actually really upset.
Well,
I was like,
the reason
that's
I get
the one
it.
Jack gets.
I like to try new drinks when it's like on their board at the drive-thru because I'm so indecisive. It helps me just pick something, and I don't like know the Starbucks menu by heart. Like I know Dunkin', you just get a fucking coffee, so I just pick something and it's good, and so I get it now until they take it off the board, and then I'll try something else.
Tell you what, the best holiday drink, the peppermint mocha. Excellent.
You're not gonna like this peppermint. Not for me. Can't do peppermint. Not
everyone's gonna love it. But it's literally like having a mint chocolate chip ice cream or milkshake
from Dunkin', I assume,
or Starbucks. Starbucks had the better one.
Hot coffee or iced?
No. Ice.
Oh, I forgot you're not. I don't do the
hot. Not big on the hot.
Hot coffee, good.
Very fast with everything I do. I eat fast, drink fast. No time to wait for it to cool off.
Yeah, I mean, I usually let it cool off a little bit. And by the time I'm home, it's cold. It's chilled out enough where I can just down it pretty quick. But I will say the dangerous part about ordering stuff off the board is that once it's off the board, I feel awkward because I don't know if they have it anymore. So I'm like, oh, shit, do they still have the drink?
Starbucks, very confusing menu. Starbucks, the only place where grande doesn't mean large.
I just say large. They deal with it. I just say.
Well,
large.
I was looking today, and I'm tired, dude. Like I've been going since I get up at 6 today, and it was 5 o'clock, and I was at this thing all day, and this Starbucks is slammed because it's in a convention center. I'm like talking to the guy. I'm like, oh, it's busy, like whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like looking at the thing, and I was like, I'll just have like a grande, and then they give it. The guy's making it, and I realized I was like, oh my god, like this is a medium. And I was like, whatever. Like, I'm like, I don't care. They're busy. It was weird. This girl was in line and her card was not working. They had 2 registers going. I must have been 4 or 5 people behind her and I passed her. That's what you call a flat tire. Tough.
That's rough. I mean, the worst part is
paid for on the company card.
That's fire. No, the worst part is, like you said, some Starbucks employees, I've learned not all of them do this, and I respect the ones that don't. When they leave out I'm just going to ask you to press a button here for a tip. Here you go.
Well,
not
I
all
told
of them
you
do
about the one in the drive-thru.
Yeah, they shove it in your face.
The smuggest of all pricks. he had a smug look on his face, held the thing out the window, and he looked at me.
You give him no tip?
A tip? In a drive-thru.
See, I do it. I'm a sucker. I give him a tip anyways.
If I go there all the time, I'll do it just because I know the people. Here we go. Good one. I go to this.
I have a story after this too. Then
I go to this coffee shop all the time in my town. All the time, like probably 3 or 4 times a week at least. So I know them, tip them, whatever. So this girl starts working there that I used to work with, and I used to have a crush on back in the day. Now, I have had a great transformation since, and we act like we don't know each other,
Yeah.
which is one of those things it's kind
I
of a very natural
there's relationships like that. Yeah, I understand.
progression.
Yeah.
But then I also have this dilemma because I go to family events and I don't get recognized. So I don't know if I'm
Oh,
genuinely
if
just
she
not
just
being
doesn't know what you
recognized.
are. Okay.
Yeah, like I don't know. It's like at the point where I mean, I feel like we should be able to say hello to each other. Like it's not
Mhm.
like weird. Like nothing weird
I mean,
happened.
you could do the awkward of, "Didn't we go to
No,
high school
no,
together?"
no, 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 nope, no, because that's even. It's not like a distant knowing. It's like we would work together.
Oh, okay. So you, like,
We worked
knew this
together.
person.
Yeah, like we
Okay,
worked
okay,
in a
okay.
place. I tried to flirt with her one time, carrying a bunch of plates, and I dropped all of it. Gave her a thumbs up and dropped all of it. I probably
Amazing.
told the story. Terrible.
Probably.
But now it's ruined part of the going into the shop because there's
Mhm.
always the awkward like we know each other, but we're not going to acknowledge that we know each other.
No, like, that I was gonna say this, like, after the Starbucks story I told. It reminds me, I was going every time I go to I still live at home. I mean, everyone knows
Who
that now.
doesn't?
Yeah,
You
it
moving out, you're
happens.
such a
It
loser,
happens.
dude. You don't live with
Okay,
your
hey,
parents. What the hell's wrong with you?
I'm moving out this summer, so you can call me a loser then. Um,
Lame.
I told that in the pregame about the apartments we're looking at. But anyways, I get cooked. My mom doesn't like Starbucks as much, so I go
Mm.
to Dunkin' and Starbucks. Like I'll go to multiple places. She's my mom. You got to do it. You got to be nice. It is what it is. It's not like there's a shortage of Dunkins in Massachusetts. But my mom orders her coffee. Everyone makes fun of me for having a sweet tooth. This is where I get it from. Large iced coffee, 7 milk, 7 sugar. Disaster, right? I had to wean myself off the sweetener as I got older because it was too much. Well, because like when I was younger, you take a sip of your parents' coffee and like that's the taste you get used to. And so I had to learn and adapt and say, okay, this is A, not healthy, and B, just not coffee. It's just a milkshake. But you'd be surprised how many Dunkin' employees think me saying 7 milk, 7 sugar means 7 cream because my mom does not like cream. She will not drink it. So you're gonna hate me for this. Instead of telling them it's wrong, I'll just go to a second Dunkin' and just get another one. Get it
Do you just
corrected.
toss the first one?
Oh, I bring it home and I put it in the fridge. And sometimes my mom will like mix it with other shit and figure it out, or we'll just throw it away there. But I just bring it home, whatever. It is what it
I
is.
bet you that
But
tastes real good.
it's awful. It's horrendous. But
Really?
7 cream, it's just like milk or cream.
Probably
Like you
tastes like
don't
a
taste the
milkshake.
coffee. I've weaned myself off it, so it's not for me anymore, which is
Milkshake's
good.
one of my favorite desserts, but I never have it.
Milkshake's great. Anyways,
I probably had
one
the most
day
dessert I'm gonna. All right, sorry. Most dessert I'm gonna have in forever today. You all saw it.
one day I go to Starbucks, go to Dunkin', they get it wrong. But I go to the second Dunkin', and at this particular Dunkin', it's usually this employee who will be nice. I don't particularly think is a very kind individual. They're just very short. They're like, what can I get you?
Good
Yep.
for them.
Goodbye. Right.
They're collecting
Whatever.
the check,
But the
as
thing is,
one does.
they also always forget your stuff. They always get it wrong. They're always like, don't care. They always say they come back to me. They tell me like 754 or however much it is, and I'm like, I already paid and I haven't gotten my food yet. And they'll be like, oh, okay, and then whatever. But there's this other guy, literally probably the nicest human on the planet. Like no business working at a Dunkin', super awesome. But I always like give him like if I have cash in my wallet, I'll just give him what I have, right? And so the Dunkin' getting it wrong allowed me to go to the second Dunkin'. And when I tell you like just like the nicest dude like maybe ever. It's just it brightens my day. I'll put it that way. Just like it was awesome. So shout out, not that he'll ever hear this, but shout out random Dunkin' dude for being the dopest person. Like to the point I've given him a 20. Like that's how much I like this dude. I've just given him a 20 out of my wallet because that's all the cash I had. He's a phenomenal person. So
I wonder if the girl that works the coffee shops on only Saturdays missed me this week because I didn't go. Very attractive, the girl that works only Saturdays.
there you go, Sam. Sam
Every
getting
once in a
lonely because
while,
the
will ask me
Celtics
how
are
my
playing
day's
bad.
been. How about
Sam's getting
that?
lonely Sam because the Celtics are playing bad. All right,
Yeah,
let's do the
that's how it
cards.
works.
Let's do the
Yeah, I
cards.
gotta go to bed soon.
We
Not
said
that
we
we
didn't
need
have
to rush.
stories. Yeah, we said we didn't have stories, and we told 11 minutes of stories.
How about them
Amazing.
apples?
There you go. All right, first card. Let me pull up the scoreboard for us today. I am down by quick maths.
I had a big
57
showing on the
points.
pregame today.
Very tough for me.
Did I get a
57 points,
5 on the
Jack.
pregame?
I don't think so.
No, I don't. I
You got
usually
a
don't go
4.
for 5.
I think you got a 4. All right. Selected by the Sacramento Kings in the 2011 NBA draft. All right. Well, I feel like I should know it.
Oh, I know this.
2000
This is pulled from the
What?
parking lot. You're gonna be so mad. You're gonna be
Oh,
so
oh,
mad.
I do. It's Isaiah, right?
Okay, yes.
Isaiah?
Yeah, it's Isaiah.
Let's go. 5
Yeah,
points for both of us.
you were gonna be furious if you got that one wrong.
I was just thinking through.
I wish I let you get it wrong.
Well, I wouldn't have gotten it wrong. Maybe I would have like gone to 4. Yeah, February 22nd, 2015, came off the bench, scored 21 as a first game member of the Celtics. Then the clue of University of Washington. Celtics
First
record,
game against the
53
Lakers,
points.
and he was ejected.
I don't remember the specifics, but shout out to you.
I do. Lakers were wearing whites.
Amazing.
Avery Bradley hit a buzzer beater to put it in overtime. How about
You're on crack.
that? How
You're on
about that
crack.
memory?
You're on crack.
Then they lost.
I was hoping you spelled Isaiah Thomas wrong for some reason, so I could deduct
No.
points, but you didn't. All right. Next card. I love it when we're getting a current day player. Born in Richmond, Virginia, and stayed home to play college basketball for VCU.
VCU.
Yeah, I got nothing. I need a year. I need an era. I need something to go on.
I don't know. I feel like I have an idea.
No,
but
pull from the
nobody
parking
jumps
lot.
at me.
Come on, pull from the parking lot.
No, I don't. I
Do
don't
it.
have like a guess, but like this rings a bell.
Guard who played for the Celtics from 1979 to 1984 and 6 more NBA teams before wrapping up his career in 1992. No clue. I got nothing. No idea.
I'm gonna take a poll.
God damn it. Okay, 3 points for Jack. Son who shares his name played
Yes,
8
I'm
seasons
right.
for the Bobcats, Hornets, Trailblazers, and 76ers. Uh-oh. Should I know it off that?
I think maybe, but
Son who
one of the
shares
next
his
clues is definitely
name.
gonna give it away.
8 seasons so same first and last name, I assume. I don't know. Was traded by Boston to Seattle for the pick that the Celtics would use to draft Len Bias in 1986. That doesn't help me. I don't think.
This next one's gonna tell you about a steal he got in the finals.
Intercepted a James Worthy pass. Okay. This is bad because I do know who it is, but the name is.
Do I get an extra point because I told you what the clue was gonna be?
Fuck you. No, you don't. I am
Gerald Henderson.
Shit.
43.
See, I knew I knew it, but all I could think in my head was Havlicek stole the ball. Like that's the only thing I could think about in my head. So everything else was just completely out.
You didn't know
window.
your
And I
dates,
knew it
fella.
wasn't that. I knew it wasn't Havlicek, but I just couldn't think of when I thought steal,
Yeah.
all I thought was
You know his son, right? Bald.
Yeah, Henderson. You spelled Henderson wrong though, so I actually can't give you the points because you're actually
Really?
No,
How do
I'm
you
just kidding,
spell
but, E-N, not S-O-N, S-E-N. Henderson.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
What'd you get? 4 points? 3 points?
5. No, I got 4.
We're not. Come on. Hey, I'll be happy to be down 71 points, but I will not.
72.
Or 61 points, but I will not be down 62.
You'll get down 71 eventually.
Thank you. 62. It's 60, not 70s. Come on. I'm down 61, not 62. Come on. Okay.
You'll get there.
Next card.
Okay.
5 points. Won a gold medal. That was tough. Won a gold medal as a member of the 1984 U.S. Olympic basketball team coached by Bobby Knight. 1984 Olympic basketball team. This
could be
a number of people. I think. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not going to guess yet. I have a first guess, but I'm not positive.
Played in 29 games as a freshman at Notre Dame before transferring to the University of Arkansas for his final 3 years of eligibility. Don't know.
No, I don't know.
I got nothing.
I'm not going to guess yet.
I'm not either, but I have an idea, but I think it's wrong. Scored 20 points for the Razorbacks when they upset Michael Jordan and the top-ranked North Carolina Tar Heels on February 12th, 1984. I still don't know. 2 points. Played for 7 different teams in an NBA career spanning from 1985 to 2000. Tough. I'm not going to get this, and I think I should, but I'm not going to.
No,
1
I don't
point.
know. Yeah, I don't know.
6'11" center who played in 329 games for the Celtics after arriving in the 1989 trade that sent Danny Ainge to Sacramento. 6'11" center.
Did we already have this?
Maybe it is. Joe Klein.
No,
we did
we
not.
didn't have it.
Was never going to get
Yeesh.
that. I don't even think I know who that is. Do you know who
All
that
right, do
is?
2 more. No.
All right, 2 more. Rare you get one where we don't know.
Yeah.
Card here. 5 points. Helped the Iowa Hawkeyes earn a 30-5 record and a trip to the Elite Eight in 1986-87. Tough.
This is bad.
Very tough. Very tough. I do not know. Shall we go to 4 points, sir?
Yeah.
4 points. Drafted by the Portland Trailblazers, but was waived after playing in just 9 games. Interesting. I've got nothing.
No, I don't know.
3 points. Signed with the Celtics in 1988 after stints in the Continental Basketball Association, Philippine Basketball Association, and World Basketball League. Blanks. Absolutely no clue.
Know.
2 points. Left the Celtics for the Miami Heat as a free agent in 1994 and finished his playing career with the Sacramento Kings. This is another random guy. I don't think I'm gonna know the name. Like you, sometimes I like. Oh, okay, I think I should know this person. I just have no idea who this is. 1 point, shall we?
Yeah.
Swingman, who averaged 11 points in 436 games with the Celtics, playing in all 82 games in 3 straight seasons from 1990 to 1993. I've got no clue. Don't know if I've heard that name. So, Sam, should I tell you?
Yeah.
Kevin Gamble. Don't know.
I mean, I've heard the name, but I would not have known.
All right. Last card of the night. Let's pray. It's a 2000s person.
So
Jack,
is just tough.
So Jack has a chance. Selected by the Denver Nuggets in the first round of the 1999 NBA draft. So
did we already do this one? No.
I don't think so. Maybe there's a chance.
No, the clue on the other one is not the same. So no, we
99 NBA draft. Okay, so
Nuggets.
Jack has a fighting chance is what we're saying here. First round, 99 NBA draft. I don't know. I'm ready to go to the next. Named most outstanding player in 1999 when he led Xavier to its first ever Atlantic 10 tournament championship. I don't think I know this. Well, I think I'll know it in the later clues because it's a somewhat recent player, and if I don't, then I'm going to be very sad.
I don't know.
Joined the Celtics prior to the 2007-2008 season, the 5th of 7 teams for whom he'd play for in his 13-year NBA career. So he signed on for the championship year. I feel like that should tell me something, but I just don't know. I feel like that should definitely give it away, right?
Stop talking.
Stop talking.
Stop talking on the podcast. Don't talk.
No, I that's what I got to do. You can't audio listeners here, Sam. Come on, I can't.
Oh my god. I
I
can't believe this.
Okay,
Picked by Denver.
I think no, I don't think because the guy I'm thinking of,
I know who it is.
No,
I took long enough.
I think I do too, but I don't want to look stupid, so I'm going to go to 2 points. Earned his 3rd NBA title ring while serving under Tyronn Lue as an assistant coach with the Cavs in 2016.
Yeah, I knew it. Yep, good
6'8" forward who won his first NBA title with the Heat in 2006 and his second with the Celtics in 2008.
James Posey.
Oh, see, I was going back. I thought Chauncey Billups for a second. Did Billups play for the Celtics? Am I dumb?
He was drafted by the Celtics.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
We already had him.
Okay, then I'm dumb. I knew there was a connection there. And so I saw Nuggets and I saw 2008 title, but I always confused the 2008 title because Sam Cassell was on that team, right? And I think of him and Chauncey Billups together. What'd you get? 3 points?
3, yeah.
All right, well, you only got 3 because I kept in filler talking words for long enough for you to get it, but it's fine. Now I should get a filler point there, but it's whatever. All right, good show. I am now 64 points down on Sam, so we didn't make up any ground. I know the people rooting for me, the listeners rooting for Jack to come back, or my time is coming. Don't you worry. I will mount the comeback. I think soon we have to give Jack double points for getting them. Can I get double points now? Thoughts?
That's sad.
Leave it. Okay, fuck off. Leave it in the comments if Jack should get double points for the Uncle Dan, who's the man, basketball cards. That rhymes. That was a bar. That was a bar right there. The Uncle Dan, who's the man, Celtics trivia basketball cards. That's gonna be the new intro. But sad to say, there are officially more cards that we have done than there are cards left. So
I wonder. We got to do something else after that. I like.
We might have to start doing 1 card per episode.
No. We just need another game.
We need more. I can Google Amazon Celtics trivia card games, and maybe something else will come up too.
Maybe.
But we could do other teams. But
Maybe we
that
just do other trivia.
like random trivia.
Miscellaneous trivia. Yeah.
I mean, I could get other basketball teams, but that wouldn't necessarily make sense for a Celtics podcast.
I wonder what we could do.
We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Anyways, speaking of trivia, join us Celtics Jeopardy Monday 6:30. What's the date on Monday? Monday, January 31st. Is it the 30th? January 30th, Monday, 6:30.
Tomorrow. For you,
tomorrow,
as
you're listening
to
this.
too. Jesus.
You said Sam said 1:30. I think 6:30. 6:30 p.m.
1:30, 1-30 day.
Oh yes. I was like, what? January 30th, 6:30 p.m. Us hosting Celtics trivia with John Corrales, Jay King, Jan Packard of Locked On Celtics podcast and Anything Is Potable podcast and The Athletic, respectively. Anyways, my one plug per usual: subscribe to the YouTube channel. We appreciate it. 258 subs now, I think, and that's because I've been slacking on the shorts. Very busy with heavy and other work. I apologize for lack of shorts. We're still getting subs.
We got a lot of subs off the stream this week.
We did. Legends.
Weird.
Legends.
Did we murder in the stream this week? I don't remember. I think we did. Maybe we did.
Maybe.
We had a good chat.
Maybe we killed it. Subscribe to How About Them Celtics on YouTube.
We got to stop giving the chat so much respect. We need to just let them chat instead of
put them in their place. Anyway, sub to the YouTube How About Them Celtics. We appreciate you. Thank you very much for listening, Sam. Give it to you.
Yeah, that's it for us. Thank you very much for listening or watching. If you're watching it on YouTube at How About Them Celtics, yes, that's it. Make sure if you want to go to a basketball game or any other event, use promo code HBTC on SeatGeek. $20
Go
off.
try to get some Taylor Swift tickets. Go try your luck.
Let us help you go see what you want to see. As for the rest of it, at How About Them C's, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook is at How About Them Celtics. We're live there before every game, live on Heavy before every game. Very thankful to them. You can follow Jack at Jack Simone NBA for Celtics blog and Heavy. And you can follow me at Sam LaFrance NBA for the Paul Pierce picture. That's it for us. Bye.
Tic-tac-toe.